A protein skimmer is one of the most important pieces of a successful reef system, but sometimes it can be a bit tough to find space for one, especially if you don't have a sump. One great solution to this problem is the HOB 1.5 hang-on back protein skimmer from AquaMaxx. Although it is possible to run a reef tank without a skimmer, a protein skimmer is a key piece of filtration equipment that will make your life much easier in the long run. The protein skimmer functions by drawing both air and water through the pump inlet. Then the protein skimmer uses a needle wheel impeller to chop and mix the air and water together. The bubbles in the heavily aerated water then travel up through the chamber, stripping the water of both dissolved organic waste and inorganic waste as well. Once they reach the top, the bubbles then dissipate in the collection cup, leaving only the dissolved waste, which can then easily be removed. Because this process is a major way that biological waste is removed from a tank before it can break down into pollutants, having a protein skimmer is the best way to ensure that your tank parameters stay in check. The issue is that most protein skimmers can be very large and often require a sump to have enough space to house one. The AquaMaxx HOB 1.5 allows sump-less tanks the luxury of having a skimmer without needing the additional investment of a sump and the work that goes along with it. Out of the box, there's a bit of assembly required, but that's why we're here to help. First things first, we need to put together the internal plumbing. Locate the inlet pipe and attach it to the down tube at the elbow. Then take the red O-ring from the parts bag and slide it over the shorter tube. Once that's secured, attach the elbow of the other inlet tube to the other side. Next, locate the pump and secure the bubble plate to its outlet, using the plastic screw to secure it in its place until it's finger tight. Find the yellow air line and attach it to the venturi on the pump inlet as well. Take the inlet assembly that I've initially put together and fit it into the pump inlet. Once those are together, remove the clear divider from the skimmer body. Slide that pump assembly into it with the bubble plate resting on the brackets in the pump chamber. On the inlet, make sure that the O-ring is on the inside of the skimmer body to help keep the plumbing in place and reduce vibrations from the pump. Find the loose end on the yellow tube and attach it to the shorter tube on the lid mounted silencer. The last step is just to add the outer assembly to the opening, right at the bracket. This is also the place where the optional bubble stopper can be installed. Next, grab the collection cup, lid, and large O-ring. Slide the O-ring around the collection cup. Insert the cup into the opening on the top left side of the skimmer and place the lid onto the cup. Lastly, attach a white silicone emergency drain to the outlet on the cup. Now you're all set to put the skimmer on your tank. Hang your skimmer on the rim of your tank with a bracket, inlet assembly, and outer assembly on the inside. Use the screws on the bracket to position the skimmer vertically. Please keep in mind that these screws are only for adjusting the angle of the skimmer and not for securing it to the tank, so take it easy on them. Once the skimmer is mounted on your tank, fill the body with water. Disconnect the air line from the silencer and submerge it in water to purge the air from it. Plug the power cord in and wait for the pump to prime, but keep in mind this can take a few minutes. You will know that the pump is fully primed once the skimmer is actively taking in water and you can see it coming out of the outlet. At this point, you can take the air line out of the water and reattach it to the silencer. Now you should be seeing the skimmer pulling air in and bubbling up. Adjusting the collection cup to achieve wet or dry skimming is pretty simple. Just remove the collection cup and adjust the O-ring to the desired level. Raising the collection cup will allow for drier, more concentrated skimming, whereas lowering the cup will allow for less concentrated skimming. Both types of skimming, wet or dry, have their benefits. Be patient, as this can take some trial and error to get dialed in. As skimmers tend to be a bit erratic until they're broken in, we would recommend keeping your cup at the highest level for a couple weeks to accommodate the changes that your skimmer may be initially going through. As with most equipment, regular maintenance is required to keep the skimmer running optimally. I would recommend taking out most of the removable parts such as airline tubing and the silencer and soaking them in a solution that is half white vinegar and half fresh water for a few hours, or even overnight. This will loosen up any salt or calcium that has accumulated and will allow you to easily rinse or scrub it away. Once the debris and precipitate is removed, give the parts a thorough rinse and replace them in the skimmer body. Performing this type of maintenance is especially important for the pump, as the pump is the heart of your skimmer. To clean the pump, carefully turn the faceplate counterclockwise. Once it's free, the inlet will pull out relatively easily and reveal the impeller. Remove the impeller and make sure that the chamber is free of debris. Soak the pieces in a vinegar solution with the others and scrub and rinse them once everything is loose. To put the pump back together, reinsert the impeller, making sure that it is resting in the cavity in the back of the chamber. Replace the inlet and carefully rotate the faceplate clockwise until it is locked, and then you're all set. As always, if you're still having trouble with your skimmer, feel free to give us a call or shoot us an email and we'll be happy to lend you a hand. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth reviews of the most amazing saltwater aquarium products. Let us know in the comments below if there are any specific ones you want us to look at. Until next time, take care and happy reef keeping.